your second online saxophone lesson with Mrs. Rinaudo. Today we are going to put together your whole saxophone, but first we're going to start with our mouthpiece and neck piece. So you can go ahead and grab your mouthpiece, reed, and neck piece, and make sure you have your ligature with your mouthpiece. If you need cork grease, you should do that now. You can pause it if you need to. I'm going to grab my things. So some quick reminders. Here's my neck piece. Remember, we want to hold here, not by this little piece here, because that's our piece that can bend and break. I've got my mouthpiece and my ligature, and I've got my reed. So I'm going to take my reed out, put it on my tongue. My neck piece does not need cork grease. Yours with a new cork might. So if you need to do that, pause the video, or in your next practice session, put on some cork grease. All right, I'm going to put my mouthpiece on first, so I can hold on to this big section. So I'm going to hold where there's near the cork, okay? Take my mouthpiece, push and twist, and the hole is pointing down, and the mouthpiece, the neck piece curves down. So now, lift up my ligature, take my reed, I'm going to put the flat side down, I'm going to keep the polished side facing me, put it right over, line it up at the top, try not to touch the tip, okay? And then put my ligature back on. Remember, if it's doing this, you're like, I can't get my ligature on, it's upside down. Just take it, flip it over. I'm gonna pull this down with my thumb and tighten the ligature. I wanna turn the screws until they stop turning. I don't need to go really tight, but okay, that one's done turning. Okay, that one's done. You don't need to do it any more than that. And if your mouthpiece and reed looks like this, and you are attached to the neck piece, then you are all set. All right, so today, let's start with a little warm up. Let's do a couple long notes. So remember, we want our bottom lip rolled in, our teeth on top, holding near the cork. Here we go. 1, 2, close your lips, hold it out, go. Now remember, in the on your lesson paper, there is a box to fill in how many seconds it takes you to complete putting your mouthpiece together. So you can time yourself in another practice session, and I'd love to see. Maybe it's like 10 to 15 seconds. That would be great. All right, let's do that again. So bottom lip rolled in, teeth on top, hold out a long note. 1, 2, ready, go. Make sure we're not puffing our cheeks. All right, in our lesson, we talked about tonguing. Everyone say 2, 2, 2. Now whisper. When we say 2, our tongue goes up near our teeth. But on the saxophone, when we have our mouthpiece in our mouth, if you say 2, 2, 2, 2, what does your tongue run into? Try it. 2, 2, 2. It should be running into your mouthpiece, into your reed, okay? So now whisper. Your tongue should be touching your reed and going away like a snake. Let's do that again. Repeat after me. Go. My turn. Okay, so now, remember, we have to tighten up a little bit to get sound, and we still want to use our tongue to start the note. So we're going to go. Try that. My turn. Nice. So tonguing is something that we need to practice. We need to do over and over again until it becomes a habit. And we will talk about it in lessons a lot. So the more that you work on it alone, trying to figure it out at home and practicing and experimenting, you might get some ugly sounds. That's okay, all right? We just want to practice it and make sure that we're trying to get our tongue to touch and go away. This is what it sounds like without tonguing. You have to listen very carefully. If you can hear it, there's air at the beginning of my sound, at the beginning of my note. We don't want that air. That's why we use our tongue. It gives a definite sharp start to the note. So again, tonguing is really important. We want to do that all the time. All right, so let's talk about putting our saxophone together. First, I'd like you to find your neck strap in your case. Mine looks like this. Yours might have some padding on it. That's nice. It makes it more comfortable. And then you're just going to put that over your neck. And we got to talk about the neck strap. This is one of the hardest things for beginners to figure out, is how to adjust their neck strap. So it's a pulley system, okay? So the bottom part here it has two sides to it. You want to separate those two sides and pull up, okay? If it doesn't pull up, that means you're holding the wrong side. So if I'm holding this side and I try to pull up, it's not going to do anything. If I hold this side and I try to pull up, then my neck strap gets a lot shorter and taller. You're going to need that when we put our saxophone together. All right, so we have our neck straps on, kind of adjusted. We'll do that more in a minute. Grab the body of your saxophone, the big section. If you have a cap in the top of your saxophone, mine does not. A black cap here, just take that out, put it in your case. We do need that. My saxophone's really old, but we do need that to protect this top part of your saxophone. This is where the two pieces connect, and we need to take really good care of this. Notice that there's a screw up here. Okay, give that screw a turn or two, make sure it's loose. Mine's a little too loose. You just want to make sure it's not tight, okay? All right, now, see how mine has this piece sticking up? Yours might have it a little bit lower, but this piece is the bridge between the body of the saxophone and the neck piece. And we need to make sure that the neck piece goes over this bridge, not under it, pushing it out. We don't want that. It's got to go over it. So I'm going to take my neck piece, holding near the cork. I'm going to put it on like this. I'm going to kind of push and twist a little bit, and then notice that my piece goes over the bridge key here. Then I'm going to tighten, and that looks about right. So on the back, you have this little ring. That's where I'm going to hook my neck strap. Now, getting our neck strap to the right height is difficult on saxophone, so you might want a parent or a grown-up to help you with this. So if I put my saxophone up right now, this is far too low, okay? I don't want to play like this. I want to have good posture, and I want my saxophone to go right to me. So first of all, my mouthpiece is a little crooked, so I'm going to turn that. Next, I need to adjust again my neck strap. So I'm going to split the bottom of it, hold one side, and pull up. And that should bring my saxophone, yeah, right up, okay? Now my saxophone is going to the side, okay? When you're a little bit taller, you can have it go in the middle, but for now it's going to go to the side. All right, now, we have our saxophone. On your saxophone, you have some stickers. That is because sometimes they look a little different. We don't always use the first key on the saxophone. Yours, it may look like the first key, but on mine, it doesn't. So this is my first key, my second key. Notice I skipped this little one, and my third key. Yours has stickers, okay? Now, if we look down at step 5, first notes and song, we have 3 notes, B, A, G. This is just like you did on recorder if you have played recorder. So B has 1 circle filled in, that's 1 finger. A has 2 circles filled in, 2 fingers. And G has 3 circles filled in, okay? The only reason G is sometimes a little hard is because we gotta make sure that when we have our hand up here on the saxophone, that we're not squishing all these keys like this. We wanna make our hand nice and rounded, okay, nice and wide. You gotta really stretch those fingers. Saxophone is big, okay? All right, so we're gonna let our saxophone hang to the side. My bottom hand is gonna go in this little hook down here, and it's just gonna rest on these keys down here. I'm not pushing them down, they're just resting there because we don't need that yet. That's my right hand. My top hand, I have my thumb in the back on the black button here. Yours might be a different color. Then I have my first finger pushed down. Okay, notice I'm not hitting any keys here or anything like that. Make it nice and wide. Big, big, big. All right. So let your saxophone hang from your neck. Okay, it might be a little uncomfortable at first. You will get used to it. And you're going to push down that first finger. Bring your saxophone into your mouth. And let's hold out a B. First finger. 1, 2, ready, go. Yay! So a couple things. Don't forget your tongue, and watch out that your mouth is the right shape, not puffing cheeks or anything like that. Let's do another beat. Ready? First finger, hold it down. Ready, go. All right, so now let's add our second finger for A. Hold both of them down, bottom lip rolled in, teeth on top. 1, 2, here's A, go. Yeah, make Make sure you're not blowing too hard, okay? That can cause your saxophone to kind of get a squeaky sound sometimes. And then let's add our third finger. Make sure you're on all the sticker keys. Really stretch that hand out. Nice wide fingers. Here's G, 3 fingers. 1, 2, start it with your tongue. Go. All right. So now, underneath your 3 notes, we have the notes for hot cross buns. What we're going to do first is we're going to say the notes and do the fingers. Okay, so we're going to say B, A, G, okay, and as I say B, I have 1 finger down. Notice that I'm adding fingers. I'm not going B, lifting, and then doing this, and then doing that. I have all 3 down for G. B, add 1. A, add 1. G, okay? All right, here we go. Say the notes, do the fingers, don't play yet. 1, 2, say B, look at your paper. Ready, go. B, A, G, first finger. B, add 1. A, G, now you're going to tongue when we get here. G, 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 lift 1. A, first finger. B, A, G. All right, here we go. So I've got my bottom hand under the hook here. My fingers are resting on the keys. Top hand, thumb in the back. First finger. My neck strap is the right height. It's a lot to get ready with saxophone. Bottom lip rolled in, teeth on top. First finger. 1, 2, here's B. Go. First finger, tongue. Stay there, tongue. Yay, we did it! All right, so you take a break, maybe unhook your saxophone. You can lay it down if you'd like to. It is hard to get used to the pull on your neck, but you will get used to it. To loosen my neck strap, I'm going to pull it down like this, okay? So your job is the same as last week. You want to play 5 to 7 times this week. It shouldn't take you very long to put your mouthpiece together, play some long notes, put your saxophone together, try B, A, and G, try some tonguing, and then play hot cross buns. That's all you're really doing, okay, is you're developing your fingers, learning the fingerings for B, A, G, and getting comfortable with holding your whole saxophone together, okay, and getting good at putting it together. So play 5 to 7 times this week. Every time you play, check off a day. Oop, where are they? Okay, and bring your paper back for your lesson next week. Now, really quickly before we go, I loosened my neck strap. I can take that off, put that in my case. Otherwise, you're going to walk around your house with your neck strap on. It will happen. And then the first thing I want to do is I want to unscrew my neck piece. So turn, and then I'm going to carefully hold and twist and pull. Sometimes these get hard to do. You just got to keep it clean. We'll talk more about that later. Put the cap back in the body of my saxophone. Lay that down. Unscrew my ligature, turning towards me. Take off my reed. Put that in the case. Remember, tip goes in first, all the way over. Twist and pull off this, holding near the cork. Twist, 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 pull. There we go. Put that away. Put my ligature on, and you are all done. Great job. I can't wait to hear your hot cross buns. Good luck. Don't give up. And don't forget to tongue. See you next week.